Oh boy, do we have a big one today. This thing is ginormous, just the box alone. Hello everybody, welcome back to another Hammond Collection Jurassic World Park figure review. We have today something very special that everybody was waiting on, and that is a Spinosaurus from the Jurassic Park 3 movie. Everybody's been asking for this in the Hammond Collection. It's finally here. I got lucky. I ordered it on Target online, and here it is now. Seen a lot of great photography with this guy. I am just catching up with reviews and whatnot, so here I am. A little late to the party, but better late than not being there, right? As I said, this is a Hammond Collection. For some reason, though, he is labeled as Jurassic World, and we also have the Spinosaurus label there. And then up here we do have True Effects little symbol thing. We have a render of the Spinosaurus. We have Jurassic World at the top there again. Hammond Collection here on the side, and then the Spinosaurus kind of wraps around. We do have a read up here. I'm gonna try and get it as best as I can, so you can read that there. You have a JP3 logo there. Turn this around. We have, again, that read up there, some renders of the Spinosaurus, and we have that effects tag there again. Premium details for enhanced realism is what that is supposed to mean. I also think what people are saying right now is that this means that they took digital renders of the actual model from the movie, and they're using that now to sculpt their toys. I'm not sure how they were doing it before, because I mean, even before the True Effects label was on there, everything looked pretty good and pretty much a one-to-one to what we saw in the movies. But I guess this is another level that they're taking just to give us more accurate, screen accurate dinosaurs from the movies. That's what I'm thinking, but that's what I've seen floating around, that's what the True Effects means. Another difference you'll see right away is a blue background rather than that amber, yellow amber that we've been seeing with the Hammond Collection. So it's an interesting change there. With that being said, I'm gonna crack him open and we'll get a closer look at this guy. Also, on the render, I don't know on the camera, but from my eye, this looks very green. The Spinosaurus looks very green, almost like mossy, but he is more towards the brown side. So I don't know what's up with this render. We'll get to it when I get to it, but I have some things to say about the Stegosaurus too. I'm excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I want it in my hands now. But yeah, I'll save those thoughts for that video. Anyway, let me crack him open. This is him out of the box. There's a nice blue background. You can see a little sort of step here holding his hands, and then you see the tail is hidden back there. Lots of stuff holding this guy down, so start cutting away. I swear they make each Hammond Collection harder and harder to open. Anyway, here he is, and here's his massive tail. Just quick little I guess note or little piece of info. I don't have other dinosaurs. I didn't bring them out to compare them to this guy. So I'll try my best to take pictures and compare the size. But other than that, I don't really want to bring in too much stuff for a comparison, because this thing is huge. It is massive. It's gonna take up all my space. That being said, I will compare to some 6-inch figures just so you guys get a rough idea of how big this guy is. Here he is. Oh man, this thing is beautiful. Oh my god, so much detail, all the scales and stuff. Man, not a lot of paint though that I'd like to see, but this thing still looks gorgeous. Oh my god, look at those claws. looks very soft too, very soft. Would have been cool if they tried, you know, giving each finger some articulation. That would have been like extremely cool, but what we have is more than enough. Oh, the tail. I love what the Hammond Collection does with the tails. They're like soft, rubbery plastic on top. We still don't know how long it'll last, but it just gives it a more like real feel kind of thing. So there's a tail, goes up to up here. Now I'm gonna have to move my camera up and down just to look at this guy, but we'll start from the top then go to the bottom. So now that we are kind of eye level with the Spinosaur, I'm gonna point out some stuff that people have been noticing on their own copies and stuff, starting with the sail. I am one of those that has the extra blue sort of detailing on the sail. You can see that sort of here, like between the orange and the white. It's very subtle, but there's been other versions that don't have that blue. And we're gonna check the other side just to be sure. Yeah. So yeah, there's some versions that don't have that blue. Now I do have that blue in there, so I'm kind of happy because that is part of the design. Kind of unfortunate for those that don't have the blue, so I think I'm remembering that right. Yeah, so there's some with the blue, some without the blue, so unfortunate for those that don't have the blue. Other than that, I mean, we're just zoomed in here. We're taking a look at all the paint and detail on the scales and whatnot. You have this nice sort of just orange here at the belly, nice little stripes here at the thigh. But then this is where just lack of paint, you know, it's like I want to see a little more, at least a wash to bring out some of the detail, but no, we just have the painted toenails down here. You know, at least some of this like darker wash thing would have been nice to see down here at the legs. Now here, these scales also have like a slight touch of paint, which is I guess the green that the packaging was trying to emulate. But yeah, this is not green at all. I mean, Spinosaurus is more of a brown tan color. You can see the orange and red that goes into the tail all the way to the end. You have some color variation here as well. It goes from yellow or yellow red to orange and then white. So it's very nicely done. There's some nice transitioning colors here and there. But yeah, just here at the legs, it just kind of dies out. And same for the arms. There's just no dark wash whatsoever. And then you have the painted claws here. And again, these are very soft and rubbery, which I do like. I do appreciate that. The white continues up on the neck. Looks very cool. The scales up here. The very like rough red, you know, like he's worn out kind of. But yeah, even it's like some wash up here on the head. Would have been nice to see that on the legs. But look at that, look at that eye. Just pierces out. Looks so amazing. Looks very nice. I'm really digging this. And it's not closing all the way, so I don't know if that's how it is. But now that he's here, let's open that mouth. Yeah, there's a tongue, nicely sculpted, and it does move up, so you can position it as you like. There's the teeth, and soft as usual, but they do look dirty, which is nice. It looks more like teeth, and like these teeth have been munching and stuff for a while. Oh, there it goes. Close all his mouth. Oh my god, that's so good. The eye, I just love the eye. I think this is the best eye we've seen in the Hammond Collection. It just looks so good. You know, I'm very happy with how this came out. It's just wonderful. Wonderful piece of design and just sculpting and stuff. Articulation wise, you can look up about that much. I mean, this is my first hands-on experience with this guy, so about that much. Down about that much. And then he can open his mouth. How wide can you go? I feel like this can go a little more. I just don't want to break this right away. You have his gums there. Can you go further, bud? No, maybe that's as much as he can open his mouth. I mean, you guys can let me know down below in the comments if you guys have this guy. But that's as much as it goes. And then fully shut. Arms go out about that much, so Spinosaurus can make a T-pose as such. Arms can go around pretty much all the way. You do have a hinge. Position his arm. You have a hinge here at the elbow, and then a swivel hinge here at the hand, and then also a swivel so it can rotate. Legs can go back and forward, and then they do go out a little bit there at the hip, sort of knee, and hinge, swivel, and then hinge at the feet with a sort of foot pivot there. And then the tail rotates at the base, goes up and down, side to side, and then this is all bendy wire, maybe up to this point here. So yeah, good articulation, good detail, good paint for the most part. I think I give this Hammond Collection. Let me think about it, because the paint at the leg kind of does lose a few points, maybe just like a point, if I'm being honest, just because, you know, it looks a little bare down there. You know, would have been cool if we had a few extra more paint details. See, I'm trying to pose this guy. This thing is huge. Oh god, I hope I didn't break that. I think I give it an 8, at least for my experience. The lack of paint down here makes it look a little bare, and it just looks kind of lame and boring down there. But up here, this is your main focal point, so I guess that's why they did it that way. But yeah, lack of paint down there, but also the mouth. I don't know why it kind of struggles to open its mouth. I'm afraid to break it. I don't know how it's connected in there, but you know, just closing it, I mean, that's working fine, but once I open it, it's kind of rough, and I'm scared to break this. But I guess there you go, it's as wide as it can go. I guess the best option is closing it from here and not from over here. But with that being said, I do give it a solid 8 out of 10. A few gripes, very minor gripes, but overall I am happy and satisfied with how this thing turned out. He is massive. The balance is there for the most part. Like, that's him balancing. Like, I'm rocking him. He's not tipping over, so that's very good. He doesn't need those over-exaggerated big feet. Everything is proportionate from what I feel. Even the tail feels proportionate to the Spinosaurus. So yeah, I think that does it for my review, other than a size comparison. So here's a Wolverine, a 6-inch Wolverine next to the Spinosaur, as you can see there. That's how big he is next to that. Do I have a Joe nearby? I do have one. Don't Ho, you are the sacrifice of today's episode. That's how big a Joe looks in the mouth of the Spinosaurus. So, you know, pretty accurate to the movie. I mean, that's about as big as it was compared to a human being. So, I mean, this is supposed to be, I think, 3/4 scaled. So that works definitely. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had fun looking at this thing. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a future video.